If you're wondering why I ever ran a toddler class or why some people would think about even putting a toddler in a martial arts class, stories like the one I'm going to cover now, I think drive the desire for people to do that, at least subconsciously.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
Only with Fox 5 after her child with special needs came home from school with cuts and bruises.
Well, for months, she suspected her child may have been abused at her Prince George's County elementary school and says those who should be held accountable continue to care and watch over other children. Fox 5's Marina Morocco has those details.
She can't talk. She can't say, Mommy, I'm hurt. She can't say, Mommy, something's wrong with me.
For months, this mother had a feeling something wasn't right.
She came home with a busted lip.
Tylea is 4 years old. She suffers from autism and epilepsy, and her most recent seizure in September was a red flag for her mother.
Said, oh yeah, Tylea had a little fall. I'm like, was it documented? No.
Only minutes after being picked up from school at H. Winship Wheatley Early Childhood Center, she turned blue in the face and began to have convulsions. Weeks later, she would come home with cuts on her lips. When her mother confronted the teacher and teacher's aide, there was allegedly another misstep.
When she said, come here. And she kissed Tylea on her nose, then she kissed her in the mouth. And she said, see, I'm like an auntie. And I said, no, and my husband grabbed Tylea away.
Then a scratch on Tylea's face turned into this bulge.
I said, do you see this scratch? And she said, oh, a little boy hit her in the side of her head with a block. And she was like, do you want me to document it?
And that, for Tylea's mother, has been the biggest issue. She says there's been no paper trail until Monday. A call from Child Protective Services, an anonymous witness had reported.
The words that she said was, she made contact with Tylea's face.
The day after, another complaint from the same witness.
The lady took Tylea and shoved her in a chair to make her sit down, then threw her on the floor and put a blanket on top of her head. And so the person that witnessed it went and looked at Tylea, pulled the blanket off of her to see if she was breathing.
And that was the last straw. Tyree pulled her daughter out of school and changed a routine that is imperative for her child's well-being, for fear of what could happen next.
I felt like I failed my daughter because I should have did something right away. You know, I feel like I should have just taken her out when I first saw first saw something, but I gave it a benefit of the doubt. And just because you take my daughter out, or I took my daughter out of the school, or you move her class, doesn't mean that these people have stopped what they're doing.
There is nothing we can teach a child that is 4 years old, able-bodied, or children that have disabilities or mental challenges, that's going to really enable them to protect themselves from an adult so much. The best we could hope for is maybe the child could not be abducted. But somebody who already has the power to take care of the child, that the child should be able to trust, what are you going to tell a child to be able to do against that person? And if the child fights back, this is a person that already has them taken away, in a sense, and confined to an area, in a sense, so they can't escape this person. What's the child going to do? Anything they do to fight back against a person is probably going to enrage them and make them attack them worse. Now, when I first was exposed to pressure points, I was told that a kid has to be at least 7 years old or older to really be able to make them effective. I think that may be true because there's got to be, even though you're not relying on brute force, there's got to be some type of relative mass range. I'm thinking maybe you have to have the defender, maybe it needs to have about 1/4 or 1/5 of the mass of the attacker. They've got to have some sort of strength and coordination to be able to move their hand towards the target. And a lot of 4-year-olds are probably not going to have that. And that's not to say I've shown some 4-year-olds how to get out of a wrist grab I've done on them. And, ooh, like that one little boy hit me in the thenar, and he made me rock right forward. That would have been enough to escape. But in a situation like this, we're not just talking about physical escape. We're talking about psychological control, psychological dominance. Because this child is with somebody that they're supposed to be able to trust, who's supposed to be a caretaker. So instead of complaining, you should offer solutions, is what people will tell you, right? I have a solution. Take your children out of any daycare that you think is dangerous. Ultimately, that's what we ended up doing because nobody is going to watch your child or protect your child as well as you will because you love your children more than anybody else. The martial artists, what can we do? If we see anything like this going on, we need to report it because the only thing that stopped this type of Jezebel is when, and the Jezebel I'm talking about is the Jezebel that pushed her daughter down and put a blanket over her face. The only thing that's going to stop that type of evil person is a higher authority. Because if the father had went up there and started beating up people, let's say he was a martial artist, he started roundhouse kicking people or, giving them Muay Thai knees and elbows or throwing them down and choking them out, he would go to jail and then people would say that he was a problem. If he just brought a lawsuit, somebody might try to say it was frivolous and try to dismiss it. Appeal to that proper higher authority and something's going to get done. Now, stories like this also embarrass me in a way because it's something that, and I hate to bring Tommy up, but it's something that Tommy says on his channel, which is really true. And I'm going to paraphrase. It's that we got a lot of jerks running around in the black community. Now, he likes to assign all of his jerks to be of one gender. I don't. But there are too many jerks in the black community. To me, one jerk is a jerk too many. But I see these folks out here, man. Some of these people will run you over in the parking lot. Some of these people just, like she was saying when she was talking about her child being injured. Well, do you want me to document it? Yeah, that's your job to document it. And like Grandmaster Art Mason has said in a couple of his videos and emails, there's a bunch of psychosis out here. But this is where I disagree with Grandmaster Art Mason. He's saying that it's on the rise. I disagree with that because I feel like it's been here. I've been dealing with people like this. I wouldn't say it's on the rise. I say it's spreading. Because whenever I used to, I'm not going to name the community, but whenever I used to go to a certain developed urban area that was within driving distance of me, and I went to its poor section, that is when I would see this weird, just overly aggressive type of behavior. But now it's like I see it oozing out. So I guess Gar Mason's right, it's rising. But it's always been here. I see it just oozing out, kind of like it's growing tentacles, and just, look at my long fingers, like it's growing tentacles, and it's just creeping out into the rest of the world. So I don't know if it started there or not, but something is definitely wrong. It's too many jerks running around in society, and if you're a martial artist, train to defend yourself against the jerks first, and then if you can become an instructor, train other people to defend themselves against the jerks. And even the training should hopefully give us enough confidence and sense of character and integrity so that we can do what that one person did who reported this to Child Protective Services. Have enough character and integrity so that you can report it and these abusers can get put on notice, caught, and stopped. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with people who like to talk about the martial arts. Peace.